Topics of the day. 1. Trump's implication of reciprocal tariffs. 2. The world's smallest pacemaker. 3. Legion M, a fan-owned movie studio. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Intervision News. Today, I'm diving into the world of international trade and the concept of reciprocal tariffs that former President Trump explored. Stick around to understand how these tariffs aimed to shake up global trade. So the core idea behind reciprocal tariffs was pretty straightforward. The Trump administration wanted to match the tariffs that other countries imposed on the US. The goal? To level the playing field and push for fairer trade practices. The main focus targets were China, Japan, and the EU. Peter Navarro, a trade advisor to Trump, was a huge advocate for this policy. He argued that many U.S. trading partners had significantly higher tariffs than the U.S., which disadvantaged American businesses. Reciprocal tariffs were seen as a way to protect American jobs and industries. Now it's important to note that this concept was more of an intention at that time. The Hill article doesn't dive into specific tariff rates or the exact goods affected. Instead, it highlights the administration's justification and the broad idea behind the policy. Without concrete examples, it can be challenging to gauge the full impact of these reciprocal tariffs. Further research is essential to find out the actual tariff rates, affected goods, and the overall impact of these measures. Trump mentioned that these reciprocal tariffs would be calculated by combining the rate of tariffs and non-monetary barriers such as currency manipulation, and then dividing that total in half. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more in-depth analysis and news. This is Intervision News, bringing you what matters most. Specifically, the proposed tariffs were 34% for China, 24% for Japan, 20% for the EU, and at least 10% on all imported goods from all other countries. In recent years, the trade war between the US and China has escalated, leading to significant economic consequences for both countries. The tariffs imposed by the Trump administration were part of a broader strategy to address trade imbalances and protect American industries. However, these measures also sparked retaliatory tariffs from China, affecting various sectors including agriculture, technology, and manufacturing. American farmers in particular felt the sting of these retaliatory tariffs, as China targeted key agricultural exports such as soybeans and pork. This led to a surplus of crops and a drop in prices, causing financial strain for many in the farming community. The technology sector wasn't spared either. Companies faced increased costs for components and materials, which disrupted supply chains and led to higher prices for consumers. Manufacturing industries also struggled with the higher costs of imported goods, impacting production and job stability. As the trade tensions continue, it's crucial to monitor the evolving policies and their impact on global trade dynamics. The ripple effects of this trade war extend far beyond the US and China, affecting global markets and economies. Stay tuned to Intervision News for ongoing coverage and analysis of this complex issue. And that's a wrap on this deep dive into the US-China trade war. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more in-depth analysis and news. How's it going? It's Intervision News again. Today I've got some groundbreaking news straight from Northwestern University. Get ready to be amazed by the invention of the world's smallest pacemaker, which is smaller than a grain of rice. Yep, you heard that right. This tiny marvel is small enough to fit inside a syringe tip. Designed with kids in mind, this pacemaker is a game changer for newborns with congenital heart defects. Around 1% of newborns globally are born with these defects and often require temporary pacing after heart surgery. Northwestern experimental cardiologist Igor Efimov said, "About 1% of children are born with congenital heart defects, regardless of whether they live in a low-resource or high-resource country. The good news is that these children only need temporary pacing after a surgery. In about 7 days or so, most patients' hearts will self-repair, but those 7 days are absolutely critical. So, how does it work? This pacemaker is injected non-invasively and controlled wirelessly by a small, soft and flexible patch on the patient's chest. It's activated by light pulses from the patch when irregular heartbeats are detected. And the best part? It dissolves harmlessly into the body's biofluids after use, eliminating the need for surgical extraction. Current temporary pacemakers often require wires protruding from the chest, posing risks like infection and tissue damage. This innovative device changes all that, making recovery safer and smoother for our little ones. With future potential to place multiple tiny pacemakers on the heart, controlled individually with different colors of light, the possibilities are endless. This could revolutionize not just pediatric heart care, but also broader applications in bioelectronic medicine. Stay tuned for more incredible breakthroughs in the world of health. Hey, movie fans, ever feel like Hollywood is just a big corporate machine? Well, Emmy winners Paul Scanlon and Jeff Aniston are changing the game with Legion M, the world's first fan-owned movie studio. Here's the deal. Legion M lets fans like you and me become shareholders. Imagine having a say in what movies get made and getting exclusive perks along the way. With a current share price of just $2.10 and a minimum investment of $100.80, it's never been easier to get involved. Founded by the brains behind Moby TV, Legion M already boasts over 54,000 investors. Their advisory board includes A-list names like Dean Devlin, William Shatner, and more. They've even collaborated with stars like Morgan Freeman and Simon Pegg. What makes Legion M really stand out is their built-in audience before a project is even released. This grassroots buzz gives them a huge edge in the competitive film industry, and it's paying off. It's one of the best-reviewed movie studios of 2025. But Legion M isn't stopping there. They've got a multifaceted business model that includes film production, distribution, and even live events. Plus, with upcoming projects like The Future Looks Bright. Investing in Legion M doesn't just mean potential financial returns. It means exclusive events, backstage access, discounts, and even bucket list opportunities. This is your chance to make history in Hollywood. So, are you ready to join the revolution? Head over to invest.legionm.com to learn more.